He's someplace else. I don't really know. He is the co-host of Superplex Party, aka Fuck Them Kids. He is the co-host of the Rules of Nerdquisition. He's the co-host of the Help Desk. He's the co-host of Model Citizen along with Gretchen and George. He is my brother from another mother, my friend, my colleague, one of the original 6 of the Villains Guild. Say hello to the Angry IT Nerd on the East Coast. Angry, say hello to the people, please.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? And listen, whatever Thomas says, I love him, okay? I don't hate him. I love him. Everything that I do is out of love, okay?
Don't let him lie to y'all.
That is true, though, because thank you.
Gambit sent me some shit this morning that on first glance, when I first roll over and I noticed that Gilbert is sending me something on Instagram, I said, wow, this must be really exciting, only to open it up. And it's that picture of the kid with the booty hole where you talk about washing your hands. I wasn't ready for that.
But thank you.
Good morning.
For keeping up with my kill to death ratio on rules.
Oh, absolutely. Have to keep it up. Have to keep up tradition. You know, as part of Rules and Nerdquisition canon.
Hey, why'd you make me look like William Dafoe in Platoon opening that fucking thing? Why? That was you, man. I was like,
it's out of love. It's out of love, Thomas. It's out of love. I know. It's all out of love.
Listen,
that plus the fact
I'm joined tonight by the showrunner.
I love fucking with you, man.
Of this show, The Sound of Coffee. She's been hidden, but she continues to explode our group chat, which we love. Anyway, we asked her to be the showrunner of this show a couple of months ago, and she said yes. And I've never seen anybody jump into a job with both feet and then put the foot up the ass, but there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for the very first time on the Villains View, say hello to our showrunner, our good friend, our sister, Jess, or Smoking Hot Mess Jess, for those of you who know. If you know, you know. Say hello, Jess.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you for having me on.
Look at her shy. Little shy ass. Her shy ass. All right. I'm mad at the Democrats. So for the very first time in the history of this show, in every iteration it has ever been, I'm going to do something I have never done before. I'm going to start this show with my final thoughts.
Ooh.
I'm going to start this show with my final thoughts. That way, everybody and their grandmother already has their mind ready for what I am about to talk about, what we are about to talk about. So if somebody could get a stopwatch and count down from 4 minutes, please. Because I'm going to do this in 4 minutes.
All right.
4 minutes.
Let me know when. I got you, bruv.
All right. Ready?
Right.
Go. Ready?
Go.
All right.
It's on you.
Hey, Democrats, get the fuck out of the way if you ain't going to fight. Move over here. Since the loss of Vice President Harris in 2024, we've had to sit and watch as you motherfuckers not come up with a plan, and the only bad ideas that y'all have are the only ones we get to fucking hear. Those are the only ones we get to hear. Every fucking badass idea that you people have, rather than any sort of fucking idea that makes it possibly look like you motherfuckers know what the fuck you are doing. So let me help you understand something. Move. Get the fuck out of the way. You're pissing me off. You're pissing off a bunch of marginalized communities. The only people I see that are actually trying to fucking start a fight and finish one seem to be leftists, liberals, and Democrats of color. We're the only ones. We're the only ones. Everybody else wants to sit on their hands and say nothing. I've had to listen as fucking big head ass Senator Fetterhead say that what Representative Al Green did the other night when Donald Trump was farting in the wind and everybody was clapping on the fucking smell. He's like, this is not a path forward. Hey, bitch, move. Get your 6 foot tall, 6'4" big white man ass the fuck over on the corner, because obviously This fight's a little bit bigger than you, and your heart's weak. Hey, all 10 of you Democrats, and I'm going to name you tonight. Those of you who voted to censure Representative Al Green, just like y'all voted to censure Representative Rashida Tlaib, I'm going to need you to stand your stupid ass over there and eat too, because obviously none of y'all have been punching your fucking face. You don't know how to fight. You don't know how to take a punch, nor do you know how to give one. So move. Gavin Newsom, the fact that you started your very first shitty ass, yet another white man with a fucking microphone podcast off with, I think it's fair if trans people are in sports. Bitch, name 50 and don't give me the swimmer. Now, or if you want to give me the swimmer, give me 49 more. In other words, it's a big ass fucking solution for a problem that isn't fucking happening. I don't need to hear from you. You are the leading candidate for the Democratic nomination and possibly president of the United States in 2028. And this is what the fuck you got to fucking come out of your goddamn mouth with? Sit down. Apparently, y'all need to take a lesson from the Black Panthers, from the end of Martin Luther King's life, and from Malcolm X. You be pleasant to those who are pleasant to you. But if a motherfucker put their hands on you, you send a bitch ass to the cemetery. See, what the Democrats right now in 2025 are doing, y'all are being hoes. And the Republicans and Donald Trump are the pimps. Y'all are out here selling your ass on the motherfucking corner because the donor money has to be made. And in the process, you expect all the rest of us to sit there and watch. For every veteran that voted for Trump, I got nothing fucking for you. For the Cenk Uygurs and the Anna Kasparians of the fucking world, fuck you too, because you stupid motherfuckers ain't got a plan either. Anna, crime happens to everybody, sweetheart. Crime happened to me when I was 15, 14, 13 fucking years old. I seem to have gotten over it. Maybe you should too. If you do not have the balls, the nuts, the vertebra, or the fucking heart for this fight, move. Because we'd rather know whether or not you motherfuckers can fight with us now than fucking 2 years down the line when the elections show up and you want more motherfucking money from us. I'm not donating to another DNC person until you fuckers give me a plan that doesn't start with me sitting on my motherfucking hands and saying nothing. If you pussy, say you pussy and stand over there on the goddamn corner. That's my fucking final thoughts. Let us begin. Goddamn people. I'm sorry. It had to be said. And there's a reason it had to be said. Where are we going? Who's the opposition party? Who is the motherfucking opposition? Anybody know? Anybody? Bueller? Who opposes this fucking tyrannical bullshit ass regime? Who opposes it? Anybody? Look, I said I was gonna mention them, so fuck them. I'm gonna mention them. Here's 10 Democrats that shouldn't get a dime from you. Sorry, I argue with your mama. Do not argue with me. But here's 10 Democrats.
House Slytherin.
And if you see an email from them, you should not be donating any motherfucking money to them. Let me go and get this. Hold on. Where'd it go?
I got the list right here.
No, wait. I know. Ravenclaw. Right. House Ravenclaw.
Amy Barra, California. Ed Case, Hawaii. Jim Costa, California. Lauren Gillen, New York. Jim Himes, Connecticut. Chrissy Houlihan, Pennsylvania. Marcy Kaptur, Ohio. Jared Moskowitz, Florida. Marie Glusenkamp Perez, Washington. And Tom Suzy, New York. Fuck all y'all. What do they all have in common? What do they all have in common? They vote. They are Democrats that voted to censure Al Green.
There.
Yeah, fuck.
They are the 10 missing vertebrae from the spine of the Democratic Party.
We have a unelected motherfucker who just so happens to be the richest man on earth. The richest man on earth, cutting jobs, offering buyouts, then firing people. And didn't nobody elect him to do any of this? What is the Democrats' answer? Let's all wear color-coordinated clothing and hold up signs. And hold on, Fetterman thought that was too much. When you got up and walked out, that's so counterproductive. And this is the opposition party. Hoes on Front Street, hoes at the red light district. This is who leads us, ladies and gentlemen. This is the people. This is the people who believe in their heart of hearts that the best way to fight the Trump administration is to capitulate. What I have a saying on the Sound of Coffee. It comes from my mother. What is it, kids? Stay right there, bitch. Stay right there, bitch. Stand your simple ass right there. Because when I come back, everybody got to go. And I don't mean go home. I mean go to Jesus. Everybody. Everybody. In case, for those of you who have never heard that story, number one, you're not a watcher or a listener to the Sound of Coffee. Why? What did I ever do to you? But two, the story is this. When I was younger, I had a fight with two dudes. Michael, well, I ain't going to give them their last name. They were the two Michaels, all right? And it ended up being a year-long whole family fight, all right? So at one point, I was fighting one of the Michaels. I broke the other Michael's arm. Well, this was shortly before I broke it. So we're fighting. The Michael's mother separated us, but she scratched me in the face. Well, my mother saw this. And she said, don't you put your hands on my son. So this woman said, bitch, I'll fuck you up. To which my mother infamously said, stand right there, bitch. Now, stand right there, bitch meant I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to get this shot. And if your big ass is standing here, when I come back, you're going to go see an Al Green, you're going to go see a Moms Mabley concert today. And Moms Mabley been dead for 15 years at the time. You're going to go see Moms Mabley today. You're going to be able to ask Sammy Davis Jr., how does it feel to tap dance the Candyman dance today? He was dead 5 years after this happened.
For the white people, you're going to see Elvis.
Yes. Hey, white people, imagine going to an Elvis concert today. That's what that's what stand right there, bitch meant. That's what stand right there, bitch meant. And what my mother was basically saying to anybody is, you ain't got but one fucking time. I'm not going to get up in a fist fight. I don't know. Marcus of Queensberry. No, it meant, oh, okay. I see that the odds are a little bit against me. Allow me to dig to hell. I'm taking your motherfucking ass with me. That taught me, my brother, and my three sisters a lesson. They ain't got but one time. One time. They ain't got but one motherfucking time. Because the next time will be the last time. All I see and what is aggravating me so much is how many Democrats are willing to not just stand right there, bitch, but they're going, okay, so can we find common ground while you're kicking me in the dick? Can we find it? Can we find a way to do some Democrat things while you stomp on my testicles? Can we find a common ground? The idea of identity politics, this has aggravated me. Jess, you are a mother and a woman who's in an interracial relationship with a man who is black. So when you go in the voting booth, do you not vote as a woman, a mother, and a woman in an interracial relationship with a black man?
I surely do.
Okay, so in other words, you vote with your identity.
I do.
Shocker.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Huh.
This might be good. Gretchen, you are a trans woman, but you're also a parent to a child with autism. And
I am
another
also-
child
I'm
who's
also-
non-binary.
Correct. And I'm also the grandmother of a very beautiful young girl of
Biracial
color
child.
who just turned 5.
Okay. So
Happy birthday,
so
sweetie. Love you. Yes,
happy.
grandma
Okay.
will always have candy in her purse. Always.
So in other words, you vote as a trans woman with a child with autism, a non-binary child, and the grandmother of a biracial child. Yes?
Correct.
Is that not your identity?
It is.
Do you not vote with your identity?
I do.
Okay.
And
Angry.
more so for that, just to be clear, more so for them, my children and grandchild, than myself.
Okay. So, Angry,
Yeah.
You
yeah.
are a man that takes care of your elderly mother, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
And your mother depends on things like health care, Medicaid, Medicare, stuff like that, right?
Medicare and TRICARE. Yeah.
So when you vote with that knowledge that you are someone who has somebody who needs those government programs. Yes?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
So you vote with your identity, yes?
Absolutely.
In addition to being a black man in America, yes?
That is also correct.
The reason I asked the three of y'all this question is this. There was a meeting, and I have been meaning to make a fucking video about this for 3 days now. I just could not find the words without literally wanting to tear out something. There was a meeting this past week of consultants, Democratic consultants, poll takers, poll watchers. In other words, the people that advise candidates, right? And they came up with this, breakdown as to why the Democrats lost the 2020 presidential election. You know what the very first fucking thing on their list was? Democrats being too interested in identity politics. Let me help y'all understand something. If you still, this is where you want to know where your DNC fucking donations go in these off years when there is no election, like there was a presidential election passed here. Now this whole next year, do you know where your donations go? Consultants. Because while they listed all of this shit on the list also was, Democrats need to reach out to talk about economic pocketbook issues with real Americans. I'm assuming the four of you at one point have actually clocked in at a job and made a paycheck. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So why the
do
fuck
it 5
is it?
days a week?
Thank
5
you.
days a week.
So why the fuck is it that we got to talk about pocketbook issues, but our pocketbook issues don't matter? Randall is a 71-year-old man. He has been watching this show since the beginning. He is our villain. He's our A1 villain. A1 day one villain.
He's our
Randall
number
is
one super
71
fan.
Yes.
Number one super fan.
Number one super fan. Randall is our day one villain. Right? He is 71 years old. That man is retired. That man is working class, and he is a hippie type liberal, like marijuana and all that other good shit. Right? So his identity is not just I'm a white man, but I am a tax paying, union working, I donate time to elections and things of that nature, but I'm also a retiree who depends on Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. Randall's pocketbook issues are my pocketbook issues, which are Jess's pocketbook issues, which are Gambit's pocketbook issues, which are Angry's pocketbook issues, which are Gretchen's pocketbook issues. What the fuck are these people talking about?
Let me ask you a question, Thomas. Let me kind of turn this around on you a little bit.
Go ahead.
You are a black man.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I don't know. We've talked about it. Do you have interracial children with your wife? Because I know you're in an interracial.
My wife has 4 biracial children. My children are by black women.
Okay.
But,
well, her children are your children, correct?
Fuck yes.
Right.
The motherfucker
Right.
would.
So, and you have a child with autism, like me.
Yes.
So you vote with your identity.
You goddamn right I do.
Now
I've been
answer
voting
me.
with my identity.
Answer me this question: do you want to have to vote with your identity, or would you rather vote on policy like everyone says we should?
No, because policies affect my fucking identity.
Right.
You cannot separate one from the other.
No,
That's
we
what I'm trying to
can't.
get everybody to understand.
Right, we can't. But my point is, we would love to have that privilege
Oh,
to not
yes.
vote on identity and vote only on policy. But we don't have that ability. We don't have that privilege. So we have to vote on our identity. And y'all just gonna have to fucking deal with it.
And that's the thing. Everything that these consultants and prognosticators and shit like that, It was basically a meeting of a bunch of people that make a whole lot of money. They make 6 figures a year from the Democratic National Committee. And they're all saying the same thing over and over. You need us. No, we don't. Every dollar that you donate on these years that there's no election goes to these people. And what they do is they will boil a message the fuck down and feed it to different people in different ways. I've said this before. When Democrats come to black communities, they want to talk to us about government assistance, Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, WIC, TANF. They want to talk about fucking getting incarceration, but they don't want to listen to us when we say, why are you people helping the fucking law enforcement arm fuck us over? They don't want to listen to that part. But then they go to a Hispanic community, it's immigration, it's DACA, it's Dreamers. When they go to the LGBTQIA plus, of course we're going to protect gay rights and we're going to protect the right. Stop doing that. If you want to talk about economic issues, you can talk to about economic issues to the LGBTQIA plus, and they will learn and they will understand and they will give you feedback. Instead of us every year, every fucking election year, they go to that same fucking diner in that same fucking part of Iowa with a bunch of retiree white folk. They ask them, how is the economics of the United States going? And they base that on what they're going to, their vision. You can find working class people in the hood, in the barrio, on the reservation. You can find working class people amongst gay and trans and lesbians. You can find working class people amongst the elderly who still, some of them still have to fucking work because Social Security is not helping them enough. They paid all this money in, and they're not getting enough to even live on because of how expensive this country is. But when you tailor a message to different demographics, inevitably, what you will get is the consultants whose whole job is to keep getting those checks telling you you shouldn't cater your message to different demographics because that's identity politics. Fuck you. This is the reason we on the left are all scrambling around and beating each other in the head and kicking each other in the dick. Do you know why we're doing this? We don't have a party that leads. The one thing you can say about the Republicans, and I'm not giving them props because this is the worst aspect of being a Republican. The one thing you can say about them is if it comes from on high, everybody gonna say it. If it comes from on high, everybody gonna say it. Look at transgender mice. Y'all saw that in real time. I did not even have to bring up an example. Every one of y'all saw that in real time. Did y'all not? We have been fighting on transgenic versus transgender mice since what? Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
And just to clarify, even the people like Yahoo and some other news sources were like, "Oh, hey, Trump was right when he said this." Actually, they're not, because point of these cross hormones in mice is not to make them transgender. It's simply to test medications on mice before we test them on humans. And we do it, for example, one of them is an AIDS treatment.
Yes.
So, and we want to know how it affects trans people. So yes, we do give cross hormones to a mouse and then we inject it with AIDS and we see how this treatment works. That doesn't mean the mouse is transgender, because here's the thing, boys and girls, mice and other animals, lower life forms, don't have gender. That's a human construct. We created that.
And
think of it like this.
Fighting on it.
And think of it like this, people. Think of it like this. You have a computer and you wanted to say, I would like for it to play Nintendo games. What do? You download an emulator and it becomes a Nintendo. Does that mean it's still any less of a computer? No. That means now.
It just means you can play Nintendo games on it.
Yeah.
But what happened? What happened? What fucking happened? He says this stupid shit in front of Congress, in front of cameras and microphones where people can see and hear him. It is the obvious biggest lie, one of the biggest lies, and that's saying something, of the Trump administration, past or present. A couple of days later, Gavin Newsom comes and talks about trans athletes. Because, and mind you, this is Gavin, I'm the leading presidential candidate for the Democrats, 2028, Newsom, governor of California, a waste of good suntan and good hair grease.
Let's not forget he was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, though.
Thank you.
And he kissed Melania.
This motherfucker couldn't pick. He couldn't even pick a good wife.
That's about right.
What makes you think I want to pick him as president?
And I've told this story so many times about how when I started transition at 43, within 6 months, physical strength was the first thing to go. They don't care. I said this last week on the show that you weren't here for, Thomas, but I was agreeing with something you said in The Sound of Coffee. We basically live in the era of nuh-uh. Like Trump can say something and we can be like, here is evidence. And they just have to go, nuh-uh.
And then what is our so-called Democratic leaders' response? Well, wait a minute. Hear them out.
There might be some merit to what they're saying.
Hear out the nuh-uh? You want me to hear out the nuh-uh? I gave you an entire half of a library filled with facts that disprove the shit that just came out of your throat. Your answer was nuh-uh, and John Fetterman wants us to go, well, that's your opinion. Get you. Mehmet Oz or the stroke. Fuck them. I'm not. Because, and this is where I go back to people of color. We've told y'all this. We have been screaming for all of you people that love bringing up Biden made the 1994 crime bill. I'm going to tell y'all who that 1994 crime bill was for. White people. It was Bill Clinton's capitulation. And the fact that the Congressional Black Caucus signed off on that, I will never forgive them for it. Because an entire generation of black and brown bodies are still sitting in prisons today because of it. Mm-hmm. Black folks are supposed to be smarter than this.
I just want to shout out to both Sigrid on Facebook and also Techno George over on YouTube. Hakeem Jeffries, you need to step down.
Yes.
He
does.
To
step down. We are not going to capitulate. We are not going to comply. We are not going to just take it easy until we have we're not going to do that, sir. And I'm certainly not going to fucking pray over it. Kiss my ass, shove your religion up your ass. I don't give a fuck.
I want to know, what good would it be for us? What do we get out of capitulation?
Nothing. We look soft.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Look weak. Democrats are weak and powerless.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than standing up and saying something, they're just showing it. They're like, oh, you called me weak. And then they open up their coat and it's like, oh, look, it says weak across my fucking chest. You're all weak. You're all weak, cowards, and useless.
Splashing on their forehead.
Yes, that woman got there was a white woman that got drug out of a town hall meeting, right? Because she was telling the truth.
A teacher. She was a teacher.
A teacher. Doge has no fucking power to cut anybody's job / anybody's budget because they have not been given any authorizations whatsoever. None. Congress did not create Doge. Congress has no oversight on Doge. That is the truth. She got drug out of there by two men who were not sheriffs. Not sheriffs. And a bunch of other white women.
Private security. There was private security.
They were private security.
Mm.
And a bunch of other white women just sat there and watched their ass get drugged the fuck out of there. So when women of color started saying, you want us to fight that when your bitch ass could, everybody got in an uproar. Is that not true? How many more times are we going to deal with this? How many more fucking times are we going to, here's our leadership. Here's our leadership. $35,000 a plate dinners. And let's have Beyonce come out and sing. Here's the rest of us. Put your hands on me. Touch me. And I promise you, whatever grandparents you love so damn much that are no longer here, I will arrange the visit. It will be a permanent one.
Well,
what is our leadership telling us? What is our leadership telling us? Sit down.
Calm down.
Calm down.
I want to go back to something Jess said, because, I mean, I'm going to take a page right out of Inglourious Bastards. Are you Democrats, are you going to take that uniform off? Because I don't know if I can have that. I think maybe we need to, we're going to mark that right on your fucking forehead, because if you're going to take that uniform off, how will people identify you for the cowards that you are?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm reading something that Randall said over in the Facebook chat. You should be 72 and a half years old and be so weak that your wife or daughter or son-in-law have to do everything muscular for you. Now, I know he was talking about the comment that Gretchen just said, but I really want you to think about that. 72 and a half years old. And yet he is donating time for his precinct. He is running for precinct chairs and things of that nature. He shouldn't have to. And especially when Randall's work and Jeff Kennedy's work and smoking hot mess Jess, or crazy mother runner Jess, or whatever you want to call her, Victoria,
all the Jesses,
Congress,
all the Jesses,
every Jess,
power to the Jesses.
the Victoria for Congress, the Alley from Tennessee, all of these people are trying their goddamnedest to become a part of a party that is going to tell them, do not fight fire with a flamethrower. Fight fire with kindling. Here's more kindling. Do you know why there is such a bad taste in people's mouth when it comes to trans people? Because the Republicans ain't got nothing else to fucking fight on. The trans panic is no different than I said this. The trans panic in 2025 is no different than the super predator fucking shit of 93, 90 fucking 4. The only difference is today it's trans women. Yesterday, back then, it was black and brown kids. There is no fucking difference. They did not change the script. They just removed one character and plugged in play because they knew. They fucking knew. The Republicans fucking knew that the Democrats were going to fall. Nobody is thinking. Nobody gave a fuck about trans women taking a shit in the bathroom until the Republicans said something. They've been taking shits in the bathroom for 50 years. Back when they were cross-dressers. 50 years. 60, 70 fucking years. They've been going to bathrooms. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. But when the Republicans realized after Trump, there's no way really to attract anybody. I mean, the man has kind of like devastated our fucking, our party like Ghidorah. They said, wait a minute, hold on. Trans people. So you gonna pick on a community that has not fucked with anybody. You just pulled them out of the crack of your ass. And and some of you gay white men.
Oh, don't get us wrong. Don't get it twisted, Thompson. We've fucked with people. They just don't want to tell their wives about it.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
Grindr crashes every time the RNC
I gotta say
touches down someplace.
Here,
but trans women are the problem.
Here's the thing. What I've kind of seen with gay white men is, here's the thing. They don't consider themselves gay white men. They consider themselves white men who just happen to like men.
Just think about that for just a second. Just
They don't consider
look at it
themselves
here.
as gay white men. They consider themselves as white men who just happen to like men.
I'm a white man that enjoys the sex with men. Do you think and gay white men kill me because they always feel like they can blend the fuck in. But if you was doing the blend in, fine, whatever. Like I said, Grindr keeps crashing every time the RNC has a convention. CPAC has a convention. Every time Republicans get together, the shit crashes.
Actually,
whatever
since the last big crash,
carry around in your fucking neck, I don't care.
Actually, since the last big crash, it hasn't crashed since.
Well, they've doubled their servers because they know they're.
Well, yeah, because they know. So yeah.
I mean, it's like any video game. Like if a video game is popular, a lot of people play it. The servers crash. What does the company do? They add more servers so that they can host more players.
Yeah.
But my problem with these fucking people is in the nighttime, you can't keep nuts off your chin. In the daytime, you're scaling back rights and you're willing to throw the trans community to the motherfucking wolves. This is why people like Jake Uger and Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks piss me off so bad. Because they're talking the same shit that these consultants are talking. You know, the Democrats are too held up to identity politics. Bitch, that is all I have. That is all I have. I am a walking, living, breathing identity. Everything, every aspect of my life, every fucking aspect of my life is an identity. Explain to me how I shut all that shit off so I can go in and vote for Gavin fucking Newsom. Tell me what button up the crack of my ass should I push that I can turn off all of my identities, walk my dumb ass into the goddamn voting booth, and vote for Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, don't run for president in 2028 because you already lost my vote.
Facts.
Fuck him.
You already lost my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him. I hope that interview with, and this is the other thing.
Charlie fucking Kirk, man.
Just
That guy's
about to say that. Charlie Kirk, you took your fucking time to bring in Charlie Kirk. You said for my first podcast, the Gavin Grab Ass, whatever the fuck the name of this goddamn podcast is, you said your first guest is Gavin Newsom. I mean, not Gavin Newsom, but Charlie fucking Kirk. Just for shits and giggles, Gavin Newsom or Governor Newsom, invite me. I bet you won't.
I'm gonna say this comparison. It's very similar to when Blair White had her on YouTube interview with Ben Shapiro, and she asked him the question. She's like, "Okay, so we're gonna meet at a restaurant for whatever, an interview, whatever, and I get there first, and you show up and you see me sitting at the table. What are you gonna say to the maitre d', or to the host?" And he refused to say, "Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not here to meet that woman. I'm not here to meet that woman. I'm here to meet that person with dark hair over there." And Blair was like, "Oh, that's fine. That's cool. It's cool."
That is capitulation.
No.
Fuck, it's capitulation.
Because we're supposed to be reaching who? I'ma say this. I made a video about this yesterday. I'm gonna say it again. I will not eat where I am not wanted. If I gotta tone down who the fuck I am to sit at a table with you and have a conversation with you, then fuck you.
If I got to do that, you're not my people.
You are not exactly.
You are not my people.
Whites of the world have literally made it a stage to where a person like Gavin fucking Newsom can have in Charlie Kirk and they go, "We found common ground. Trans people shouldn't be in sports." But you can't name more than 4. You cannot name more than 4 trans people in sports. And do
There's
you know
like
why?
a whole 17 of us across the whole fucking country.
Thank you. And do you know why?
Right?
Because That is a minuscule problem. Here's a large problem that you probably need balls to fight. Here's one. Doge cutting fucking Social Security.
That's that bullshit. That fucks me.
Right?
Thank you. Jess, as
That
a
is that
person who
bullshit.
collects Social Security, is that not a bigger fight than, say,
Huge. It's huge.
a woman swimming?
In a pool with 12 other people, and they're all in their own lane, but I'm supposed to give a fuck.
And who is it? What did you call her? Riley? Who whatever? What the fuck ever? What is her name? Riley whatever.
Riley Gaines.
She can gain a perspective and get the fuck out of my face. How about that? Why don't you gain your ass someplace else with some goddamn intelligence, bitch? Because you were starting a conversation don't nobody need to fucking have.
I say it again. She did that whole promo video. She's like, I see you, NCAA, for letting trans women in sports. Yeah, and again, we see you, Riley Gaines, even all the way back there in 5th place. We see you.
Bitch,
Yeah.
you lost. These people, understand, these are the same people, the same motherfucking people who got upset when an actual woman in the fucking Olympic Games beat another fucking woman.
Oh, Imani Khalif?
Yeah. Yes.
And they have been trying to label her with fucking her being trans. She's from Algeria, you mouth-breathing booger eaters.
It's illegal to be trans.
Yes.
In Nigeria.
It's fucking illegal. But why? But again,
because she beat the brakes off of.
no fucking ideas. Right now, the Republicans should be eating. They should be eating their own vomit from how many gut punches they're taking. They should.
Well, and it was all because of people like Matt Walsh, J.K. Rowling, all of these people saying stuff, and their rabid fans just eat it up. Never minding the fact that, like we said, it's illegal to be trans in Algeria. I'm sorry that she looks more butch than most women. I have cis women
in a
friends.
boxing ring.
Yeah.
You've seen her.
I have cis women friends who are
gorgeous.
more masculine than I was before transition.
Listen,
I mean, like beasts of a woman. Beasts of a woman. I mean, oh,
Yeah.
I
but
just
they're
wanna
still
know-
women.
But-
They're
I
still
just wanna
women
know,
that identify as women.
If they catch Matt Walsh on a Grindr account or catch Matt Walsh texting an underage girl, will that erase every motherfucking thing that he said?
I'd like to
Will
catch
it?
Matt Walsh with a roundhouse.
Oh,
Matt Walsh is hiding something. And when it comes the fuck out, I'm driving to his fucking house to give him the DX crotch chop. I am. I'm going to show the Democrats this is how you do a transphobe. Hey, J.K. Rowlings, have you noticed that you and I are close in the same age and yet you look like you're aging like Mumra? Maybe get that hate out of your heart, bitch. Go write some books about little kids playing with their sticks. Nobody fucking asked you a goddamn thing.
Now she's writing books about a serial killer who's a man who dresses like a woman to prey on people.
And that
Because
bitch
she's
aging.
that big of a transphobe. That her
bitch
villain
aging.
is a crossdresser.
And she is aging like a banana shoved in a gallon of milk sitting in the sunshine on the hood of a fucking Pinto in the
For a week.
park in a goddamn junkyard. Bitch,
For a week.
that shit ages you, ho.
Hate ages you horribly, JK. Hate
God.
ages you horribly.
She cannot be that much older than me. I'm 53. There's no way in hell that bitch is 70 or 80. Goddamn you. She literally.
She's 59. She's 59.
She is exactly fucking 6 years older than me, and she's out here looking like she looks like the shed skin of Dame Judi Dench. Maybe write about something hopeful, you fucking hag. But again, you gotta listen to these people because you
given
know,
a choice, Dame Judi Dench or J.K. Rowling, I'm going with Judi Dench.
Listen,
girl, you got it. You got it going on.
Judi Dench
Yeah.
right
Just
now.
saying.
I would date Judi Dench right now.
Absolutely. And
the fuck now.
J.K., I'm 51. I'm 51.
She
Look at this skin.
that bitch
right?
look like
Like-
she looks
It's like not like it's scaled like yours is. Bitch, you look like the villain in those wizard books you wrote.
She fucking does.
I thought she was
Oh
a
my
dead-
God, yeah.
Listen, that bitch looks like motherfucking aged
She-
alligator eggs.
Oh,
I'm not playing. I'm so
Yeah. Oh my God.
that bitch looked like alligator eggs that were prehistoric alligator eggs that they cracked open maybe like
Fossilized out.
70
Fossilized
Shit.
alligator
years
eggs.
ago, and they just let them dry in the sun. That bitch looked like aged ass meat. I'm
She look like
serious.
she looks like
She looked like she looked like paleo pussy. I'm
she look like
sorry.
stale beef jerky. She look like if that. She looks like if
beef jerky.
Marjorie
I'm just
Taylor
saying
Greene
something
made
because,
made
like,
a.
beef jerky gets stale.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what she looks like.
Listen,
She looked like it.
chewiest shit you've ever eaten in your life. Some stale beef jerky. You
Gotta
might
be
as well
like
just
bark.
eat your shoe. You might as well just go ahead and just take your shoe off.
That's like beef jerky with E. coli.
You're gonna get the same amount of goddamn nutrients. But we all have to stop and circle back because Matt Walsh said something about trans people. Fuck him. Matt, don't talk to me until you stop looking like a gay lumberjack.
Hmm?
I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing from you until you can take that fucking flannel off and put on a suit, buddy. Put
And
on a
speaking of gay
Mhm.
men, something you mentioned earlier, I would bring up. You remember Kim Davis, that
Yeah, the one that
clerk
didn't
of
want to give.
courts,
Yeah,
marriage licenses in Kentucky, right?
yeah,
She just got
Mhm.
she just got beat again in court
good.
the other day.
I
Now
bet
it's
she
going to the Supreme Court, though, and I want to be clear on this. They're not just fighting for her ability to have denied marriage licenses based on her beliefs. They're coupling that with an attempt to overturn Obergefell.
Of course there are.
Of course.
Because
So,
America.
We're going to get our first real challenge to Obergefell here really soon
Hey,
in the Supreme Court.
Clarence, put your nuts on the table, buddy.
Mhm.
Loving.
I just want to
fucking
see all these.
Stop
I
fucking
just want
around.
to see all these gay conservative men who are like, well, we got ours. I'm not going to fight anymore. What happens when you lose it?
Listen.
Because
Hey,
you're about to
Clarence,
lose it. You're about to
Clarence.
lose it.
Put
Mhm.
your nuts on the table, Clarence. I've already told you. Put your nuts on the table. Loving v. Virginia. Come on. Bring it. Bring it. Because if you overturn your own fucking marriage, I'm nailing Jenny in front of you.
I'm just saying, hey,
I will
Clarence, can you
nail-
please
I
go to one
will-
of Trump's Big Mac parties? Please,
I will bang your wife out in front of you.
dear Big
'Cause
Mac,
it's gonna be
please do
legal
your
to do.
job. Please do your job, dear Big Mac. Please do your job.
Got it. But again, why do we have to fucking keep circling back? Because the Republican Party has no new ideas. They don't have any new fucking ideas.
They have it since
But
the
they have-
80s.
They have to keep throwing.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, you're the guest. Keep
I was
talking.
just going to say, they have it since the 80s. They haven't had any good ideas.
They haven't had
the shit
any-
they had in the 80s weren't good either.
No, they've had two fucking ideas since Reagan rolled his old dried up jelly bean eating ass the fucking into Washington D.C. Tax
got a
cuts and
bag from him.
deregulation.
I got a bag of jelly beans from Reagan.
You got a bag from him? Yeah, I know. You saw. You
Yeah,
showed
because
us
I
the
met
video.
him. Yeah. I got jelly-
I'd have gave.
My
I'd have
sister
gave
ate
him a
them.
bag of. I'd have gave him a bag of jelly beans. All right. You ever taste cyanide flavor?
Oh, oops.
Oops, Mr. President.
Oh my
What am I
God.
gonna do? Hey, give some.
Oh my God. We gotta.
Nancy.
I was 5. You know, I
So we gotta.
violation on TikTok, didn't we?
We got a warning for harassing and bullying. How about?
oh,
Bullying who? J.K. Rawlings?
I don't know who the fuck we're bullying.
It's like
I don't know.
Bologna meat.
We could.
Okay,
Hell if I know, man.
I'm not one to complain about CGVs on TikTok, but the other day, a friend of mine, a mutual, Shigs, you know Shigs, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mhm.
She posted a video comment reply to some dude named Chad. And my comment that I left was, of course his name is Chad. My comment got reported, taken down. I appealed it, and it was denied.
what?
Because I said, of course his name is Chad.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's it.
but again, There go. Social media is helping. Social media, which should know better, which should know that transgenic and transgender ain't the fucking same. We've got to look out for the other side. You know, the other side has information. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Look, these
Tax
people are
cuts
so
have never helped
stupid.
anybody but rich people. Deregulations make sure that your kids can glow in the dark because you got nuclear waste in their fucking milk.
These people are so
And we got-
stupid.
Oh God, we just got kicked off. Oh no.
These people are so stupid that they hear the term transatlantic pipeline and they're like, why are trans people laying pipe?
These fucking people.
Probably because they got one bigger than yours. I mean,
These goofy
That's what I was
fucking people got rid of
I'm
a
not
program.
bragging, I'm just saying.
They got rid of a program that promotes biodiversity because the word diversity is in it. But sure, hold on. Let me sit on my hands and not say anything because, you know, we must listen to the other side because they might have good ideas. If your dumb ass thinks there's DEI in the word biodiversity, go dance on the busiest highway in your town in the darkest clothing you can get at night.
All of it.
Wear some tap shoes.
why is the Enola gay? The Enola just dropped the bomb. Why does Enola gotta be gay?
I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Now, this fucking show. Oh, I'm gonna talk about. I've been waiting for 3 days to talk about this motherfucker. This is a go fuck yourself, Democrats. If you ain't gonna get into the fight episode of The Villain's View here on Ghost Claw Productions Radio and streaming exclusively on Facebook and YouTube because TikTok can suck dick. My name is Thomas Bishop, and I'm pissed. I am joined by my regular 2 co-hosts, one Gretchen and one Gambit, and we're not Gambit. I'm sorry, Gilbert. Just fucking angry. I'm joined by Gretchen and angry.
look at I may have a beard. I mean, it's not
our
as
showrunner who stopped in tonight. Now she gets the chance to see what it's like on the other side of the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, one Miss Smoking Hot Mess Jess, whose husband likes to be on radio, and I'm surprised he hasn't popped in yet.
Oh, I didn't.
When do we get him as a guest?
I go seeking.
Yes.
right.
I don't
When
know.
do we get him as a guest?
Well,
We can bring
he
him on.
loves wrestling, so I mean, I'm thinking that.
Then he needs to jump on Superplex.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
the only reason
He can jump on Superplex with us.
about wrestling is from him.
Could have brought his ass on months ago.
Yeah.
So okay, I have a proposition, Jess. You get your husband on Superplex to talk wrestling with these two fellas, and then you and I need to have a conversation and maybe a little group watch of some Star Trek. All right?
Okay.
'Cause I need to give you some culture, girl.
I know because I don't know
You
shit
need some-
about
you need some
Star
Trek
Trek.
culture.
You really don't. You don't. No. All right. So
Thomas, shut up.
we have circled around the drain.
Say,
on
look
this
at me,
one.
Thomas.
Yeah. What?
She needs culture. She needs to stop on rules and Nerdquisition. She needs culture.
Trek culture.
Yes.
Trek.
Yes.
Trek culture.
Yes. Yes.
All you need to know is
Do
William
not-
Shatner's ass.
No, do not listen to him.
No,
No, it's
no, because for all the bullshit about woke being horrible, I think Star Trek the name should be changed to Star Woke.
Star woke.
I mean,
It was woke.
it was
before
woke in the
was
70s.
popular.
It was woke in the 70s. It was woke in
It
the
was woke in the 60s.
Yeah.
60s, 70s.
it was woke then, and now with Discovery, as Gretchen has discovered, you see what I did there? It's gotten a lot more. Woo, woke. Yeah.
Discovery's badass.
Yes.
I have been angling at this. I have been angling about this story for 3 days.
Yes.
Actually,
Here we go.
more than 3 days.
Here
But
we
before
go.
I go into this story, I'm going to tell y'all, I now understand why so many neck-bearded Chads hated season 3 of What If. Because it's woke to them, right? Translation. It was stories that weren't centered on white men. The white men actually were the bad guys in this shit. The whole season, including the end. It was a woman that saved the goddamn universe. Not Thor, not
God.
Captain America, a woman. So, oh my God.
Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so.
Jesus Christ.
It brought me back to this goddamn story. So the drunk Pete Hegseth, in a fit of we need to celebrate more white men in war, decided to get rid of 26,000 pictures and stories in the archives of the Department of Defense. Anything that had anything to do with black folk, Hispanics, or women, anything like that. Well, one of the stories was this E&J drunk, this lush, this
Government-sponsored alcoholic.
this motherfucking Everclear addict, literally got mad and almost got rid of the story of the Enola Gay. Now, I'm gonna ruin the story. It was because of the word gay. Gay equals gay men equals DEI equals woke equals no. But for those of you who don't know what the Enola Gay is, and I'm sure Randall probably does, the Enola Gay was the plane that the United States flew over Japan to drop bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was named after the pilot's mother, the Enola Gay. Not butt stuff. It's the Enola Gay. They made a fucking movie out of this goddamn plane. If you go watch Fat Man and Little Boy, the story about the creation of the motherfucking atomic weapons, one was called Fat Man, one was called Little Boy. Little Boy was the hydrogen, Fat Man was the atom bomb.
And just to be clear, the Enola Gay dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. It was the boxcar that dropped the bomb on Nagasaki.
My bad. But the Enola Gay was the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. And because of the word gay was in it, they almost erased it from the motherfucking Department of Defense archives.
Have they restored it? I know they took it down. Have they restored it, though?
Who the fuck knows? I don't even, you know what? Even if they restored it tomorrow, even if they brought out the Enola Gay just to celebrate the bitch, I don't care. It's the fact that they got rid of it the first time on this well, it's got gay in it.
Well, yeah.
I would say probably not. Just probably not.
Further that, something I've said before on this show a couple weeks back, not only did the National Park Service remove all mention of transgender people from the Stonewall National Monument because it was trans women of color that led the charge, they've taken down all pictures of Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera from the website as well. 3 weeks after they made that change, they've taken their pictures off. Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, I know you both are gone now. Rest in peace. We see you. We see you like we see Riley Gaines in 5th place.
I say all of that to say this. In the face of that much fucking stupidity, in the face of that much fucking stupidity, the Democrats censured Al Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand up and say, hey, you know what? It was trans women that led Stonewall. They're the reason that the modern day LGBTQ movement exists. No, they were like, oh, yeah, we can censure Al Green. No big deal.
Well, they should have stood up when he was getting censored and said, let's get it on. That's what the fuck they
forget those dudes at Stonewall.
It literally. We have a drunk getting rid of shit from the websites
Mhm.
the goddamn Department of Defense. And the Democrats thought it would be a good time to tell Al Green, Representative Al Green, how dare you stand up and say the emperor ain't got no goddamn clothes on?
But not
How
one of
dare
these
you,
motherfuckers stood up when Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Trader Greene were heckling Biden during speeches. No one censored them.
That bitch was
Boner
Right.
didn't get censored when he threw a shoe at Obama.
No.
Remember that?
Yeah,
No, yeah, I remember. Yeah,
bitch. Marjorie Taylor Greene was actually dressed up like the Dollar Tree Craven the fucking Hunter one time, screaming at the president of the motherfucking United States. I didn't see anybody censure that hooker.
Nah, bitch
Oh,
looked like
Sloop
Nope.
Green.
looked like Dollar Tree Corolla DeVille. I mean-
yeah.
we,
Like,
She did.
but this is our party, kids. We've got to get it. And let me hold on for all you far leftists. Don't come anywhere near me, because I don't like y'all either. I really don't. Get the fuck out of my face. If you thought Jill Stein or Cornel West or RFK Jr. was a better choice, go over there with the rest of them. This ain't a fight for you either. This ain't a fight for you either. Because we can't follow you motherfuckers to the bathroom. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all are doing. Y'all are ready to burn it all the fuck down, but ain't none of y'all got water or a fire extinguisher. All y'all got is gasoline. Get the fuck out of, go over there. Go the fuck over there. We don't need you either. We don't need you anywhere near us either. Get the fuck out of our face. And this is my problem with what passes for liberal, progressive politicians and policies. Everybody running around here with their head up their ass. Okay, here, lesson number one. Lesson number one, kid. If you really want to know how to fix the Democratic Party, lesson number one, listen to black people.
Mm.
You know what? Not even that. Not even that. Not even that. Listen to black women. Fucking listen to.
Yeah.
Listen to black women. Fucking listen to black women. Fucking listen to black women. They have been the most stalwart fucking Democratic voters. They have been the most stalwart and smartest Democratic people who understand how policy should work and how they will work. And yet we keep listening to consultants who don't know shit. They don't know a goddamn thing. They don't know nothing.
Can't the consultants ask black women? I mean, like, because aren't the consultants like the people that
No,
do
they're white
the?
They're white men. They're white men.
Mm-mm.
They're white men. They're white men. Every Democratic campaign has a white man somewhere in it. They're telling you, spend money on this. Don't spend money on this. Go here. Don't go there.
Tone down your message. Don't
Tone
yell.
down that
You know,
message. You've got to.
be professional.
And think about it. Who are the consultants for the Republicans? No one. Has Donald Trump ever listened to a consultant?
Oh, I mean,
Ever?
No.
the ghost of Hitler, Lucifer.
The ghosts of
I mean, that's
Lee
about right.
Atwater,
Yeah.
know, the usuals. Lee
My Pillow
Atwater's
guy.
always able to, the My Pillow guy.
Oh shit!
The
How
My
do you look
Pillow.
Oh,
at
my
somebody
God.
like Marjorie Taylor Greene and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have a good conversation with her, and we're gonna get some work done together." I don't look at Marjorie Taylor Greene and see bipartisan anything coming from her or the likes of her on the
Nothing.
Republican side.
No.
Period.
So explain to me why, first and foremost, let's say all three of y'all ain't got no eyesight whatsoever. Y'all are, I'm not talking, I just have thick glasses. I'm talking about blind in a motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have never drove,
Okay.
never had to drive. You've always said somebody drive you, right?
All
Why
right.
the fuck would I ask any one of the three of y'all who cannot see what direction we should be going in? Why am I like, hey, get in the car. Get in the car. I got a GPS. Y'all can sit and listen to the GPS as we fucking drive. Why am I asking three blind people where are we supposed to go? I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna gas the car up. I'm gonna make sure the tires is working. I'm gonna make sure that the stereo's working right. Then I'm gonna get in, turn it on, and go, hey, where we going?
I'm
How
gonna
the
fake
fuck
it till
would
I
y'all
make
know?
it.
How the fuck would y'all know? We ain't gonna make it. Everybody ain't gonna make
So
it.
listen, man. I'm like, in that situation, I'll be like Daredevil, man. Okay,
But
my hearing will be so.
listen, your hearing is not gonna get us. Your hearing is not gonna get us all the way from
So look here, man.
South Carolina,
My
Carolina to Florida. It's not
so
gonna
look,
work.
my hearing will get us
why-
won't even get us out the parking lot. The fuck is you
So
talking about?
Why in the fuck would you listen and try to find common ground with a party that ain't got no good goddamn ideas? If you boil all of the Republican Party down, it's tax cuts and deregulations. What the fuck ideas can I get from them?
I'm still waiting for that appeal on healthcare.
Right?
I'm really trying to understand this. How you gonna listen to somebody and they ain't got no goddamn? We're gonna listen and we're gonna try to find good ideas across the aisle. You mean tax cuts and deregulation? That's it. That's all. There's nothing else. It's tax cuts and deregulation. They had the same fucking shitty two bullshit ideas since, well, there you go again. So why are we? It's been 40. What? 1980. He came in office, what, 81? Let's say 81. We'll give it 81. So 81, 91, that's 10 years. 2001, that's 20 years. 2011, that's 30 years. 2021, that's 40 years. Tack 4 more years on that. That is 44 years. They've had two goddamn ideas. Why are we trying to find bipartisanship for them to come up with them two fucking ideas? Ladies, if you are dating somebody and his idea of a good time is you blow him in 30 seconds of sex, you will never go out with him but one time. You
That's
ain't got
facts.
you will never. Guys, gentlemen, hey, fellas, hey. If you're on a date with a woman and her two good ideas are you spend all of your money on me and then I fuck your best friend, you ain't going out with her but one time. Why are we talking to these people? Everybody should be that Ryan Gosling meme. When it comes to Republicans, we should be like, Jesus Christ, what? Let's find bipartisanship with a party that hasn't had a good fucking idea ever and have only come up with two ideas since 1980. Tax cuts and deregulations. Hold on, and Randall even said it. There is no Republican Party today. There's only the Trump Party. So imagine having
When
two
MAGA
fucking
exists.
ideas, right?
Only
You
MAGA
got
exists.
two fucking ideas. Now, like pour nuclear waste and Trump piss on the top of it. You want me, a functioning human being, to sit down and have a conversation with motherfuckers whose only two good fucking ideas are tax cuts and deregulation. And I got to wade through toxic Trump piss to get to them? Balls. I don't know what else to tell you. Balls. All I have, balls. What are we talking? Balls. Why are you saying balls?
Got nothing for you but that.
Softball or D's.
So
No.
got nothing for you but
I
just
got
balls.
nothing for your butt. Why would you talk to them? Why would you sit down? And what ends up happening? Because the Republicans have only had two fucking ideas since 1980. Both of them were shit. They have to run on wedge issues. The Democrats should be smarter than this. They're some intelligent fucking people, right? They tell us all the time. They have some intelligent people. We've got the best brains of blah, 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 blah. Why
Yeah.
y'all keep falling for the bullshit?
You don't believe it? Just ask them.
Yeah, they tell you all the time. Oh, well, you know, the Democrats is where they have great ideas. Then why do y'all keep falling for the squirrel? Why? We shouldn't even be talking about trans people. They've been a part of society for decades. They've been taking shits and playing in sports or not. And they've been teachers. They've been coaches, mentors, pastors, and things of that.
Mhm.
Trans people have been around here forever. Why are they a big problem now? Why now? Could it possibly be that nobody's falling for the tax cuts and deregulations, and maybe the people that are trying to tell you that, ooh, the trans people over there touching children's, maybe you should focus on them moving rather than on what the fuck they're talking about?
Mm.
We've done this shit.
Mhm.
Democrats have done it. Bill Clinton is the worst thing that ever happened to the Democratic Party, and I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Had Bill Clinton stayed his monkey ass in goddamn Arkansas, we probably wouldn't be in this problem. But Bill Clinton came out and said the Democrats need to act more like Republicans. No, they don't. No, they don't. This is the party of FDR. This is the party of LBJ. Were they racist? Yeah. But they made policies that struck a chord with everyone. The New Deal helped everyone. The Great Society helped everyone. They bring up the Civil Rights Act of under LBJ, but what a lot of people don't realize is other marginalized communities besides black folks benefited from the Civil Rights Movement. They benefited from the Voting Rights Act. They benefited from these things. What you running for? Why are you running from that? Because you have to appeal to the sort of people who think trans women just can't wait to fuck your daughter. Like, huh? Am I wrong? I've been talking. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong.
Can't.
I mean, I could, but I'd be lying.
This shit. Hold on. It's honestly the former Dem Speaker of the House before Gingrich was the catalyst for this. Also, yes, Miss Mack, yes, they all had a hand in this, and we've been picking up the pieces ever since. When you got a party with no ideas and you want to talk to them, fuck for what? I'm sorry.
They should just be responsible for the snacks. That's it.
My wife.
Just bring the cups.
Yes. My wife had a total hysterectomy because of fibroidal tumor, right? According to the right wing, she ain't even a woman no more. This is how far down in the goddamn rabbit hole we have got. My wife is not a woman because she can no longer bring babies into the world. She is a nurse. She has a bachelor's degree. She has worked for the federal government in some capacity for going on 16 fucking years. And you mean to tell me you've reduced everything she could possibly be, everything that she's ever done, to the fact that she can't push out a baby no fucking more? And then you fucked up the goddamn definition of the bullshit for so long. We've had these goddamn conversations that didn't need to be had in the first place. But now she's a trans woman because she can no longer have fucking children. Do you see what the fuck I'm talking about? How did we get here? Because we had Democrats. It was like, we gotta listen to them. Listen to what?
Why?
Somebody tells me that my dog is on fire, and I go in and my dog ain't on fire. Why am I talking to you? Well, Thomas, you gotta wait. What if the dog gets on fire? Then I'm gonna put him out. What the fuck are you talking about? He ain't on fire right now. That dumbass across the street said my dog was on fire. I go in my house, my dog's not on fire. Fuck am I listening to this motherfucker for? But that is what the Democratic Party has done. They have made it so to where not only are we arguing about trans women in sports, which it's not like thousands of trans women tried out for the WNBA yesterday, but now they have managed to fuck up the definition of womanhood because they hate trans women so much that my wife, who no longer has a fucking uterus, is not looked at as everything that she can be, everything that she is. She's a trans woman because she can't have babies no more. And the Democrats, the party that's supposed to be on our side, is telling me I got to sit down across the table from a motherfucker when he's saying that. Instead of getting up, kicking him in the fucking face and telling them, don't you ask me to come talk to this motherfucker again. I don't want, fuck I want to talk to him for. Why? So in effect, basically, what we have done, or what the Democrats have done, is they fell for the bait. We don't have to talk about, y'all understand we ain't got to talk about these wedge issues? We don't have to talk about them. But they keep bringing them up.
How come they're not bringing up the price of the groceries? I haven't heard anybody asking or talking about that, and that was supposedly
Because
what people
if
voted
they
for.
did that.
Well, there was that one girl who did that video where she was like, all you people talk to me about the price of eggs. I don't care about the price of eggs. It's about the economy. The economy is what matters. Like, bitch, the eggs and the price of eggs are the economy. Like,
Right?
What?
But these
What are you
people,
talking
think about it. This is the pocketbook issues that Democrats need to be focusing on. Let's break down that pocketbook. For 4 years, under a middle of the road centrist Democratic president who literally he managed the economy quite well, especially after the a fucking pandemic. We had people saying that they couldn't afford eggs and bacon and gas, but these same people could afford NFTs, gold shoes, and MAGA Crunch, which was Cinnamon Toast Crunch in a box with Donald Trump on it. Nobody in the Democratic Party said, obviously you can afford them fucking shoes. You can afford these goddamn eggs. You can afford this shit. You're just bitching because daddy's not in the office right now, making your fucking tum-tum feel better. Fuck you. But no, what do? We gotta listen to them. Because, they might have something we need to hear. No, I don't. I've taken to telling these fucking people I'm better than them. People think I'm an asshole. I am better than them. Because I understood that trans people eat eggs and straight people eat eggs and women eat eggs and black people eat eggs. But if you put an asshole in charge of your fucking government, ain't nobody eat no fucking eggs. Like, do you see? I'm talking to him. Again, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna just sit here and listen. Tell me I'm wrong.
Nobody here is going to tell you you're wrong. You're preaching to the choir.
No, absolutely. You're 100% right. I mean, there's nothing we can say to even argue about it.
It just pisses me off. Because do you know who gets hurt in that situation? In this capitulation situation, do you know who gets hurt? Gretchen's autistic child, my autistic child. They get hurt when we have to sit and listen to these fucking idiots. If you are a woman right now and you know you live in a country where you cannot even control your own motherfucking body, the last thing in the world you want to hear is find common ground. No, you want to find a way to go across the aisle and kick somebody in their fucking face is what you want. I have an autistic child who is on Social Security, and she will be on Medicaid and Medicare for the rest of her life. One of the biggest fears I have is going to sleep and not waking up because of her. But I know I have my wife and I have my daughters that will take care of her. But I'm not trying to hear that I should be in the trans panic. I'm not trying to hear that. If you come to me with that, knowing I got to go home to that little girl, I'm going to punch you in your fucking mouth. There's going to be some physical goddamn violence. If you come and tell me with as many fears as I have with the cuts that this fucking ketamine addict is making, I'm supposed to give a fuck that a trans woman may or may not shit in a bathroom, I'm going to punch you in your fucking mouth. And I'm not trying to talk to anybody that thinks that.
They don't want to shitting in the
problems.
They don't want to shitting in the street. Right?
No. And this is why I fight on human rights. You can't. You find a motherfucker that argues against human rights. That's not a motherfucker you need to deal with. You had Alina Habba sit in front of the goddamn White House. She's the White House spokesman, and tell veterans to their face that maybe some of them don't deserve a job. And I'm thinking about the 60% of veterans that voted for this motherfucker. Hey, which hurt more? Knowing that a trans woman can go into a woman's bathroom to take a shit, or Alina Habba basically saying, thank you for your service. You don't deserve no fucking job. You're fired.
They got 100,000 more they're getting rid of in June.
They're, exactly. So which one hurt more? I mean, if you weigh your fictional fear versus the real life terror, which one hurt? Which one weighs more? I just don't know. I don't know. And again, I go back. This is a pox on the Democrats, because that's the people you want me and us to sit down. We can't live in a divided country. Why the fuck not? We've been in a divided country this whole goddamn time. There's always been people who have fought against the status quo versus the people that wanted to maintain the status quo. They've always had foot soldiers like dumbass poor white men who think, I'm one good lick away from being one of the rich. We've always had this. But our elected leaders are telling us, sit down, shut up, and try to find common fucking ground. I'm afraid my wife and I look at our daughter, and we think about all of the things that could happen to her. How we're afraid that if we live in a certain state and somebody takes advantage of her, we won't even be able to get the sort of care that would end something like that happening. Y'all want me to pray to Jesus because my daughter just got touched and it's a gift from God. I will find God and beat his ass. I will find God and beat your ass and hide the Bible. I don't care. We worry about these things. These are fears. And I know Gretchen has the same fears. I know she does. Jess, you worry about the future of your kids' education. You worry about the future of your kids' job prospects. Will they be able to afford a fucking house? Will they be able to find a fucking job that actually pays them well enough and has health insurance, since we're never going to get fucking universal health care in this country? But they want Jess to worry about, oh, well, Jess, don't you feel like trans women are taken away from your womanness? Like it's a woman well. Like, oh God, we don't want the woman well to dry out. Oh my God, there's not enough water in the woman well.
But like,
if we call trans women, next thing you know, we got to call Barbie dolls women, and that's just going to drink up all the women well water.
I'd like to take this opportunity to personally apologize to you, Jess, for taking too much water from the woman well.
I have been a little thirsty lately. I have been thirsty.
Yes, we've seen and read there, Jess.
We've seen
a little bit, just a tad bit thirsty there, buddy.
Just a
smidge. But
it is ridiculous.
This is the fight you want us to fight on? Think about this. The leading, and he can say whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not running. Bitch, you're running. You're running. Shut up. The leading presidential candidate for the 2028 presidential campaign on the Democratic side is out here talking about how unfair it is to have trans women in sports. Not you got fucking Charlie Kirk right in front of you. You didn't bother to think, oh, this might be a time for me to ask him about some of that controversial bullshit and how it weighs against reality. Why are you over here talking about trans women in sports, Charlie? What do you say to all the retirees who are afraid that they're going to get their benefits cut because of the cuts that Doge is making? No, I think it is unfair that there's trans women in sports. Gavin Newsom, if you put a pew-pew to the, fuck a pew-pew, I could say it. Gavin Newsom, if you put a gun in the back of his head and gave him 10 seconds, he couldn't name you 49 other motherfucking athletes besides the swimmer. He couldn't. You would blow his goddamn brains out. But you know who I can name about being fearing having their benefits, their government benefits taken from them? Jess, my daughter, myself, my mother before she passed away, Randall, Donna, Randall and Donna over in the Facebook chats.
The insurance too.
Exactly. Angry, who takes care of his mother who could lose her benefits. So it's kind of like if a starving man walks up to you and says that, I'm hungry, and you're sitting there eating food, but you offer them prayers. If that starving man reached up and cut your goddamn throat and then drank your blood and then ate all your food, I wouldn't feel bad for him. Same thing, fam. Same thing. Any poor person that has to live in this goddamn country realizing it's just getting cut and cut and cut and cut and cut, you would be well within your rights to beat the shit out of somebody if they came and try to talk to you about something like, I don't know, bathroom bills or fucking gay marriage or, trans athletes and shit. Like, you would be well within your rights to fucking kill them. You would. It would be survival of the fittest at that point. If you went scorched earth Tony Montana on their ass, I would not feel bad for you. I mean, I would donate money to your fund. People want to know, why does Luigi Mangione strike such a chord with people? Well, it's simple. How much more of this shit do you want us to take? How much? How much more? How much more? How much more do you want us to take?
And the funny thing is, I just looked up trans people in sports, and they gave here's a list of so many trans people in sports. Half of them are trans men that no one ever mentions.
The ones that just walk past, they whistle past graveyards and don't nobody even know that they're there.
Right, but I mean, to be clear, when you said you're talking to conservatives, name 5 trans women in sports, I couldn't even do that. And I'm trans.
But you can name people that are on government assistance. You can name people who will be affected by cuts. You can name people who will be affected by cuts to Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security benefits. You can name people who are veterans who work for the federal government, who also they work things like the suicide hotline, or they work programs where other veterans come in and talk about their PTSD. You can name those people, but you can't name more than 1, possibly 2 trans woman athlete. It's a problem. It's a solution to a problem that don't exist.
Right. And I always use the example of Mac Beggs, who's a trans man wrestler who is in Texas. He's out of high school now. He transitioned and was refused or denied the ability to wrestle in the men's division, which he wanted to wrestle in the men's division. So they kept him in the women's division. And testosterone, which is a performance-enhancing drug, allowed him to decimate the opposition. He wanted to wrestle men. They're like, no, you have to wrestle women because you were born a woman. He destroyed them.
Yes, they bring up Fallon Fox. Let me help y'all understand something. Y'all let Joe Rogan get y'all upset about Fallon Fox, and they took your motherfucking Medicaid. You know what? That should be the theme for the Sound of Coffee for this week. Y'all believe Joe Rogan about Fallon Fox, and then they took your Medicaid. That should be a song. I should come up with a jingle. You let Joe Rogan fuck with you about Fallon Fox, and now you lost your Social Security. You were worried about Fallon Fox, and now your mama ain't got no Medicare. I should come up with a thing. Every day I should make a stanza for that song. Oh,
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? You know what the thing is, man, is that because I used to have a friend that Trump supporter, you know, and same one tried to on January 7th, 2021 had been on a mission to try to make me MAGA, which didn't work. So, needless to say, he had full on believed the whole Joe Rogan thing about Fallon Fox, you know, trans women's sport. Only reason being is because, and this was his reasoning, is because Joe Rogan, commentator for UFC, obviously knows his stuff because A, being a commentator, and B, you know, being a martial artist and, you know, Olympic level, about to go to the Olympics, whole nine, everything like that. So he should know about, you know, the whole fighting thing, and, you know, his opinion, you know, should carry weight because, you know, he's Joe Rogan and he knows this and he's so blah 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 about fighting. And so that's his reasoning for believing everything what Joe Rogan says about
if Joe
fighting.
Rogan is your news source, go walk into the ocean.
And here's the thing.
Go walk your ass.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. What people just need to do. If you're so hell bent and dead set on listening to Joe Rogan, and which, admittedly, some of his stuff is entertaining, it is
entertaining.
And keep it at that. It is entertaining.
Thank you. Listen.
It should come with the same caveat as wrestling does.
It is entertaining.
I know that WWF changed their name to WWE because, you know, the lawsuit with the World Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah, they lost.
I get that. But no one questions that wrestling, or wrestling as I call it, is entertainment.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
The reason I never was
Joe
like,
Rogan
you know,
is no more credible than the WWE.
Than the fucking Undertaker. You know why it did not bother me that the Undertaker and Kane and Ric Flair and Randy Orton and Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks were all Trump supporters? Because I don't look to them for my goddamn political analysis.
Right?
Fuck them. Hey, man, do a suplex. Suplex, bitch. That's it.
So, you know,
Brock Lesnar's a bitch.
Said, give me an RKO, jump off a rope. You know,
that's it. Come out, RKO, get the fuck out of the ring.
So I don't need to hear shit else from you. I don't need to know you. I don't need to know shit. Just get in the ring and wrestle, bitch.
Get in the ring, wrestle. When Brock Lesnar shows up, I expect 16, 17, maybe 18 fucking suplexes of some kind, about 4 or 5 F5s, and I expect him to get the fuck out of the ring. I don't want him to grab a microphone and go, let me tell you about supply side economics. Bitch, I will shut the television off. Click, click. Joe Rogan is a motherfucking entertainer. But people are like, you know, Kamala would have won if she'd have went on Joe Rogan. It'd have dropped her goddamn IQ talking to Joe Rogan. She would have been dumber leaving the Joe Rogan podcast than she was when she walked in. She'd have lost at least 15 IQ points talking to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
At least 15. At least 15.
Agreed.
Because he's a motherfucking entertainer. It's like people taking... Listen. RFK Jr. is a heroin addict. He is a motherfucking heroin addict. The fuck I look like listening to a heroin addict who is an environmental lawyer tell me about my health. RFK Jr. could have x-ray vision and tell me my prostate is the size of this house or the size of a 10-inch speaker. And I'm not going to listen to him.
I kind of think that me and Gilbert need to get RFK as a guest on Rules of Nerdquisition because that guy's living like a real trill.
Right?
He
is.
He got a symbiont.
Like, I mean, he got a
goddamn Gundam.
Yes.
He's a Zord.
He is.
Fucking Zord. Okay. Zord. From the goddamn Power Rangers, he's a Zord. The brain worm is who y'all are talking to. The brain worm fucking better. It's a brain worm.
Exactly, man.
Pilot in this goddamn RFK suit. So I'm gonna listen to a heroin addict who is an environmental lawyer, about health. I'm going to listen to Joe Rogan, who's a stand-up comedian, a mixed martial artist, and an announcer for the UFC
And a
about
game show
politics.
host.
And a
Don't
game
forget
show host.
And a game show host. Yeah, I forgot about
Gross
that.
out factor.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
forget
going
about
to
that.
listen to him for my political analysis, and I'm going to listen to Donald I sold meat at the motherfucking Sharper Image, Trump, the man who sold vodka and he don't drink. I'm going to listen to him for economic policy.
Same
the
man,
Democrats
same
said-
man who bankrupted 2 casinos.
Second nature, bankruptcy.
He bankrupt casinos. Do you know how hard it is to bankrupt a fucking casino?
Especially when the rule is the house always wins.
Right?
He is a worse casino owner than Bugsy fucking Siegel. And Bugsy ended up shot. The fuck?
Yeah, Bugsy got murked.
Right?
This man, because I was reading this today. He is now
And
waded
just
into
just to be clear, Bugsy's Casino still exists.
still. It still
The
does.
Flamingo is still in Vegas.
Yep.
it's still there. I've
it's-
been there.
Yep. It's on Fremont Street. Fucking love
Yep.
Fremont Street. I get
Mhm.
listen, I took $25 from one end of Fremont Street all the way to the other end of Fremont Street. By the time I was done, I made almost $700. Just playing quarter roulette. But that's been beside the point.
Oh, that's nice. I went to Vegas with $300 to spend. I lost all that money, and all I got was an advertisement for prostitution. But whatever.
This is what the Democrats want us to capitulate to. This is the real people. Joe Rogan listeners. I have shoes smarter than these people. I have a pair of shoes, my old combat boots that smell like cat piss because the cat got a hold of them, are sitting in a tough box right now. I got to clean them out. But they're sitting in a tough box right now that has more intelligence than the average Joe Rogan listener. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. They paid him $150 million for what? To sit up there and tell you that ivermectin made him smarter? I have hair that is shedding off on my balls that is smarter than that man. Okay? This is what the Democrats want us to do. Listen to people who think RFK Jr. is a credible source for health tips. The man sat there and said he did heroin.
Well, and
Everyone
he's
is-
still
So,
pushing-
Liz, I'm
he's
not-
still
I'm not
pushing the
gonna-
bullshit that autism is created by vaccines.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to a heroin addict about my health. I'm not going to let a heroin addict put together a workout plan for me. I'm not going to let a heroin addict determine my nutrition. I'm not going to let a heroin addict determine anything about what goes into my body.
Let me
Okay?
explain something. Would any whether you're listening or watching, would any of y'all take the educational or nutritional advice from a crackhead?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No. But you want me to listen? If RFK came to me and said that my 3 children, who all suffer on the spectrum of autism, got that from a vaccine, it's gonna be the last thing he says. Because if I don't hit him I'm gonna run his ass the fuck over. I'm going to jail. I'm going straight to jail. You tell me, because I have hyperactivity. You gonna tell me that my hyperactive balls produced 3 autistic children because they were hyperactive and they took vaccines? There's gonna be some misunderstandings and some furniture moving. If you tell me Gretchen, her child has autism because of vaccines, there's gonna be some misunderstandings and some furniture moving. It's gonna be misunderstandings and furniture moving ink. I'm gonna beat these shit. I'm gonna hit you with everything I can find. If I can put my hands on it, I'm gonna crack you in the head with it.
that was all debunked too. And the woman who started that craze even admitted that she was fucking lying and falsified
Still.
the results and stuff.
And still, some people are just like, I don't think so.
There's gonna be some misunderstandings, and you say anything to anybody that I know with an autistic child. You come up and tell me whether you're RFK. It ain't got to be my kid. I am a father of autistic children. It ain't got to be my kid. If you see a man with an autistic child walking across the street, and RFK walks up and goes, "Well, you know, they got that from the vaccines." There's going I'm calling misunderstandings and furniture moving Inc. Y'all better get him before I do. Because if I can put my hands on it, I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat the motherfucking shit out of him. If Joe Rogan told me, you know, if you took ivermectin, ivermectin would clear up your stool.
And this is
misunderstandings and furniture moving.
This is why crack is bad. It reminds me of a time when I was in high school. Me and a friend went over to one of his brother's friends' houses. We were just trying to score a bag of weed, right? And my friend went into the other room to make the deal, and I'm standing there in the living room with this guy on the couch. He looks over at me. He's like, "Hey, how you doing? You want some crack?" And I was like, "No."
I mean, it's
no,
not a.
Thank you, but no.
It's not a difficult decision.
It really isn't.
Not really. No.
You didn't have to think.
You wouldn't take crack. So why would you take advice from a crackhead?
Right.
I've never.
He offered me crack, and I said no. And then if he had suddenly broken into like, well, you know, autism is caused by vaccines, I'd be like, noted.
Listen,
right. And I mean, I'm not going to take financial advice from a crackhead.
No. So why would you take health advice from somebody who takes some shit that slows time? Listen, anything that has to be boiled had a cotton ball put in it, so you can drain it into a needle, and then you got to beat your arm like you were beating your dick to find a vein to put some rubber around and shove it in. If that is something that you've ever done in life, you ain't got to tell me nothing about nothing. Nothing. What advice am I going to listen? Nothing. Did you just do heroin? Yes. But I have some financial advice for you.
No.
You.
Said,
No. Hey, man,
I'm good.
You want some crack?
I'm
no.
Good.
No.
I'm not gonna listen to anybody addicted to meth to tell me how to diversify my bonds and how I should contribute to my 401k.
I ain't taking no dental hygiene advice from a meth head.
Right?
I'm gonna end this show
this
way because I want to give all three of you time to flesh out your thoughts. Because it has been one of those weird ass shows, but that's usually what happens when I host. Things take a turn for the obscene. They take a turn for the just downright anger. You know, like seriously. I'm just saying. So I want to thank y'all for listening and just thank you for being here. Just thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Even wanting to come on to this fucking wild ride because I told y'all what. Thursday, I said, hey, if we can't get Lori Rosenbaum, who will be here next week, by the way, if we can't get Lori, then goddamn it, it's scorched earth time. Fuck them. So as we do every week, we like to have our final thoughts. I've already given mine. So Jess, final thoughts.
Well, I think the Democrats are trash. All of them. Well, not all of them. There's like 3 that I can name that are decent. The rest, they're trash. They don't stand for anything. They are too busy trying to say they want bipartisanship, and that way it's easy for them to pass the buck while still collecting the buck, and that's bullshit. And I've been watching this for like 20 years now, and they haven't done anything. I was upset with how they didn't stand up for Obama anytime he was blatantly disrespected with all the racism and everything. And
Mhm.
and I haven't seen anybody in the Democratic Party that is is going any harder than Jasmine Crockett and you know who I'm talking about, and AOC.
AOC.
Yep.
Yep.
Those two are the only, they're like the loudest ones. And of course, they have to be women of color, people of color. So nobody wants to listen to them. And that is the biggest slap in the face. And here we
Mhm.
are. Here we are. We're looking at more government shutdown this week. The spending a bill that's attached to that is enormously disgusting and it's going straight for our health care,
Yep.
SNAP benefits, Social Security, and veterans, completely washing it all out.
Mhm.
And I was wondering how you want everybody to come back to the jobs, brick and mortar buildings, but you're shutting down and getting rid of hundreds of leases to the tune of $100 million or more. Nobody's going to have a building to go back to. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? Oh, everybody has to come back from home. You got to work in the building, but we're closing them all down. And we don't hear the Democrats saying shit about any of that. But they'll have the conversations to reach across the aisle about bathroom bills. Yeah. So I don't really have anything else to say except for I am waiting for more people like AOC and Jasmine Crockett to get up, get loud, and that's of the elected officials. And I hope in the midterms we turn this bitch all the way around. We need to. I don't know what the fuck we can do, but we have to turn this shit around. It's the scary world. 2025 is scaring the shit out of me right now.
Scaring the fuck out of everybody. All right, I flipped a coin. I'm gonna let angry go after that, because angry's like, you always put me in a angry. Final thoughts, brother.
Well, first of all, Jess, I appreciate you coming by and sharing your thoughts and everything, and tolerating Thomas's rants.
What did he say? Fuck me for? Fuck.
He didn't bring up He-Man at least.
True, that is true. That is true. That is true. Did not bring up He-Man, so that is
Nope.
but did not bring up He-Man. Just brought up a group that is almost as bad, with the exception of AOC and Jasmine Crockett, and it's about it. But other than that, I'm scared. Anxiety hits me every day. I worry nonstop about just everything that's happening, everything that's coming, and just what's been going on so far. It scares me. It scares me a lot. But a lot of times I can't focus on that because I got to keep pushing forward. I don't know what I can do, but I'm doing something, anything. So if I keep focusing on that, then I won't have the energy to do anything that really will help anybody anywhere for anything. So needless to say, yes, I'm scared. Yes, I'm worried. Anxiety hits me every day. But I still keep pushing because you know why? I woke up.
Yep.
You all had a chance. Now you're fucked. Because I woke up. I'm keeping that in mind every day. When I wake up, I said, you all are fucked. Because I woke up. Every time I exercise, I keep that in mind. You all fucked up because I woke up.
Hey. That's what I keep telling people. All right. Final word of this night. Gretchen, final thoughts.
Well, first of all, Yeah, my parting words, my words of advice are when someone says, "Hey, you want some crack?" Your answer should be, "No, I don't." But thank you. You don't have to be polite. You can just say no. But actually, I don't have final thoughts. I'm going to give a special shout out tonight to a very lovely black woman. I will identify her only as Q. She is watching tonight. I know because she's been texting me all night. I met you about 3 weeks ago, and not even my two best friends, one of whom is in this chat right now, know about you. But you have made the last 3 weeks fantastic. Meeting you was the most wonderful thing in my life, and I am sorry that I can't stay. I'm moving away in 2 months, and you can't go. But you've been my pillar of strength for the last couple of weeks, and I appreciate that. I don't know where you came from, but you're amazing, and I love you. So that's all I have to say.
Damn.
That was
Come and see us at Greenville Comic Con.
see us at Greenville.
Come and see us at Greenville Comic Con.
Yes,
No.
kids. The rumors are true. We're trying to get the fourth person to do it, but myself, Angry, and Gretchen will be at, what is it, GalaxyCon?
Greenville Comic Con.
It's Comic Con.
The Greenville.
It's the Greenville SC Comic Con. So,
SC Comic Con.
yep. If you are there at Greenville, South Carolina, April 5th and 6th, then
Yep.
come
We will
and
be
see us. We will be
Come
there.
and see us. Come and say hi, but please.
Don't come and holler at us. Don't make it weird. Don't make it creepy.
Yeah.
Just
Just,
say, hey,
I watch you guys.
oh my God, you guys are great. You're so funny. Hey,
Yes.
and fuck Jack Perry.
Yeah, literally.
And also Jonathan Frakes. We get to meet
Yes.
Commander Riker.
We're
Yes.
gonna meet Commander Riker. We're gonna try to meet Commander Riker. That line might be ass.
Yeah, because he's not taking Kree tickets. You have to pay cash in line for any autographs and stuff with him.
Yeah.
There's no
so-
pre-sale on that. So
I just want to ask him like one question, like for real. You had a chance to be a captain, and this is what you did.
7 times they pulled out the
times.
chair for you, and it
And
wasn't till you got the Titan that you.
Yeah, like get the fuck out of it. What kind of shit is that?
And
But
why
yes,
was
we will be
Wesley?
at the-
Why was Wesley at your wedding? Because he like ran off with that weird traveler guy.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. So yes, we will be there. I will not have my soundboard, so no, I will not run out of PB, and I probably will be leaving there with something. We don't know what the fuck you're gonna be leaving
See,
with.
but
We've never done this before.
we're going to be leaving with something.
You may be leaving with something. So this will be the first time Gretchen, Angry, and myself have ever met in real life, if you can believe that. This will be the first
And-
time.
And if you're
We
there,
get
come and see me.
into-
It'll be my birthday weekend, so come and say happy birthday. You know?
Yes. We're
That would be-
desperately
that'd be
trying to get
awesome.
Gambit to drive, to come to be with us. We would offer to do a live version of Plot A-Holes, but the movies I want to do, they don't, and the movies they want to do, I'm like, that's not controversial enough. They're not going to pay us to come in and talk about some movies that, people are. Yeah, TMNT, the first one by Michael Bay, it sucked. Nobody's gonna pay us for that. So,
Shit ton better than fucking Birdemic.
hey, I'm still trying to get Star Wars fans pissed off, but that's only because I can fight. I can fight. Gretchen is a ninja. Gambit is like 8 feet tall, and Angry is the only one that won't do it because he's like, I don't want to leave here with nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So
He's leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something.
Hey, Little Lou.
He's from around the way. He's leaving with something.
I'm leaving with
He's
something.
leaving with something. Yeah. Little Lou, I am on Blue Sky. Look me up. Same name.
I am also on Blue Sky. Same name, Trans Gretchen.
I'm on Blue Sky as well.
Oh, look at that. So it's
Yep.
3 for 3. Look at that. Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So
I'm
nice,
4 for
guys.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way it
Just
is.
as on there. Well, yeah.
4 for 4. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope we gave you, the stones to look these people in the face and say, eat a dick. Because we got we got 3 years and some change of this shit, and it's not going to get prettier, kids. It isn't. So you either get down or you lay down.
Find comfort in the people closest to you.
Yes. Love those who
Yeah.
love you. Love those who share your fight. Give them the strength to get up the next day and keep fighting. Because if we bend the knee to this shit, we will not hear the end of it. And the generations behind us will have to pay for it. So, as we say every week, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Stay tuned for T. Nathan. And we will see you all in 7 whole days with a very special guest to talk about her, her journey to where we are right now. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all